Hello, Miss Harris, Kamala Harris. There are racketeering rules with prosecutors from my town, long time and more recent from my town inter branch, inter cities through time. Whole bunch of racketeering acts with New Britain Superior Court since I was a kid. Then racketeering acts with a proven child sex offender principals campus further. Excuse me. They forced this at first. Women judges roles. These are racketeering roles with the Justice Department. There's no integrity to the Justice Department, Ms. Harris. These are Washington D.C. Trade Center clicks, intercities, inter CCSU, Trinity College, crimes with databases, with people's names, fake news. So there's no means to counter them also putting lies when I was a kid, attaching me to fake locations, attaching kids to fake locations through time. They're speaking through others with a recorded method of that, with a whole bunch of people tied to this. The former Detective Dillon and Sean Dillon, Anna Dillon, whole bunch of natures of crimes with real estate, with campuses, drugs, untimely death spots, untimely deaths on off campuses involved with them, other natures of federal crimes. This just reminds Fox Connecticut News, WFSB on and off their campuses are invested with a whole bunch of people, with a whole bunch of offensive evidence fabrication crimes, evidence federal crimes, evidence racketeering roles and dangers actually recorded. There's no joke to keep stacking people to federal crimes in sustained ways, intercities connected. We have foreign and domestic military involved. We have further people involved with Saudi police and with other nations' police that are peaceful. They're keeping them sick because they're involved criminally further with ISIS, further with the peace counters. You don't see how sick psychology is because everyone's having them think for them. There are delusions, raw crime methods, and natures actually recorded. All kinds of racketeering methods and natures recorded involve interbranch through time. Whole bunch of people associated with a Leahy family, forging names, switching names, with prosecutors retired and standing, judges retired and standing, even female judges crimes further then and now with the principal child sex offenders campus. Those crime acts, illusions, no force sustained. They have their Facebook page of the Britain Superior Court recorded a whole bunch of federal crimes, a whole bunch of cases leading up to then with the Trade Center attack context too, leading up to and in the 2006 District Court case. No, former director of the FBI, defendant Robert Luskin. Now they have the sequence shifts and the racketeering with that tied to their uses of Muller and Comey actually recorded racketeering. Worse than war crimes against the presidents. Worse than forcing them to collusion. And how recorded? You guys are trying to force President Trump to collusion with what did not allow President Obama free speech. If he thinks he has free speech, he's dishonest and or with delusions. Because we have people forsaken, Miss Harris. These are not means. Science has not spoken for areas. These are intercampus relationships, treatments of the sciences with delusions and physical, all kinds of criminally foreign influence, natures of positive and fake positive as criminal insidious natures, uses of that. Pretend to be against things with movements. Try to have mandated law prevented, demonstrated, fixed. Try to have the fake news crime acts fixed. They won't do it. They're involved with all kinds of wire crimes, database crimes, AT&T, mail crimes. All we need for instant evolution is recorded. These are crimes with Russians against Trump as the courts pretending to be against that through time. Former director of the FBI down, whole bunch of federal criminals. Recorded crime acts, methods, roles, and uses of houses in my area. People involved with each of the campuses that I went to facilitated tied to those crime acts. Now they're painted into corners. Now they can't follow the mandated law. Now they have to keep using courts as weapons more sickly than guns, but as their roles with natures and methods of going crimes missed. But standing on off the state of Connecticut judicial branch offices, on off the state of Connecticut prison offices from my town, intercities, a whole bunch of natures of courts and their family members and the ones and people that work with them involved. Racketeering acts with a whole bunch of natures of child abuse, a whole bunch of natures of identity theft, a whole bunch of natures of sick people saying, oh, this is a good person, this is not. They are not good. We have not had. We have all kinds of racketeering already with all kinds of cases. They cannot speak for our values. They owe more than they owe. They don't have the integrity to be speaking about tax investments and things like that in the background. We need a lot for free that we don't even need to pay for. We're paying out. Forget about it. We have so much medical corruption right where ERs are. High predators, foreign and domestic, delusions, what? High, too long. Since before our founders' birth, we had to demonstrate the branch's inclusion with these sick people. We're forging names, switching names with these interbranch drug clicks with the doctors, like this Leahy family. His sons, one of them with the same name of him. His whole, about like 3, 4, 5 sons. Women in their family also involved with triage. Whole bunch of people with this Leahy family. With this Dillon family too, involved with them. Various natures of courts. Judge Killian, sick, delusions, raw. Crimes with child sex offenders. Criminal uses of Facebook. Fake conversations with me about Facebook. Forging names. Switching names, crime rules. War stain extortion. Come on now, Judge Killian. Put something on paper and pick one name in sequence because the ones before you too. You're too long, too sick with kids. I'll show them how to be. Come on, hear us. These are Justice Department rackets are worthless. Not yelling at you. Now there's the Moral family, whole bunch of people with CCSU. Whole bunch of people with a Justin Kavinskas who should fear. I didn't tell them to walk up to me and pretend things. I live in a suburb. They're exploiting the suburbs and the urban areas simultaneously, distinctly, to keep all non-distinctly from being discerned. That one has learned. Marbury versus Madison means that we need the law followed. We need to have those courts, those judges, retired and standing, retired further. Ew. I shouldn't have to beg to counter rape threats. And from New Britain Superior Court's Facebook page involved. Federal crimes and cases. Please have them respond to me, Miss Harris. They're using Facebook with the Westfield police chief, retired and standing involved with him. Whole bunch of crimes with kids in my area. My new and past neighbors involved with them. Crimes of kids and with my name. They are too fake now to put anything in paper. They are caught. From former director of the FBI down. More Trade Center predicate acts. Mail crimes. Whole mail crime methods. Whole wire crime methods. Town officers in Westfield, they should fear God. They're in trouble. I'll show you how to reveal instant evolution science. We have to correct them. I'm not speaking to you, Ms. Harris. I'm trying to show you. I'll show you guys, the women, everyone. You guys are victims of schools recorded delusion propagating in everyone's minds. This is just your minds. When it comes time to mandated law, we're still out of free speech. We're still out let counters to false torture, forging names, switching names, identity of the grounds tied to our quality and fact treatment nature. Now they're making me seek them through every person they had walk by, make confessions to me. I don't know them. And they'll tell you that. But they also want to pretend they know me through others. Criminally. Now these are people every campus I went to with crimes tied. Here they are. We have further military corruption. I don't know if CCSU. I don't know if Trinity College. I don't know if Wesleyan. I don't know if UConn. I'll clear their minds, Miss Harris. But your party's ill. Both these parties are ill. Now they're using Muller and Coleman to prevent the racketeering acts and crime methods and sequences from being demonstrated. All-time former director of Luskin, right through the administrations, so that comes first. That shows criminal uses of the Congress, criminal uses of Me Too. Pretend to be against what they are for. We have real sick foreign and domestic families with the medical campuses. Trying to prevent what? But they're farther in and worse. We all start rehearse. Please, Miss Harris, I've been begging. We don't listen to the prosecutors from Connecticut. They're sick in their minds and souls. I'll show you this actually recorded. They're faking recorded things in the databases through time. WFSB, Fox Connecticut U News, federal crimes and cases with a whole bunch of federal criminals associated with former director of the FBI. Also with people in them crime acts with child sex offenders proven further involved with them criminally with their family, other natures of crime, other motivations for the women judges recorded involved. Sick women attorneys, sick women, people with the courts, even especially regarding victims advocates, making real victims. They're switching sequences in courts and with areas, reacting. They're real bad. They're real bad, Miss Harris. I'll show you how the law works, because they won't, because they're sequence shifting. They're liars. These are racketeering, evidential racketeering predators. I'll free their souls. Please, Miss Harris, have WFSB fix their fake news and give they took me to take fake words, fake locations. They put kids to fake locations, fake ties to doctors, fake medical diagnosis. These are people that did this to me as an adult, attached me to fake conversations about the Trade Center. These are people of federal crimes with federal criminals from the context. And then in a 2006 case, co-defendants of former director of the FBI. Same ones, crimes with houses in my area. Crimes with media. Blocking me from Facebook. They pretend for reasons other. They start. You call the police, they'll lie about what's recorded. Pretend things recorded. They do that. If you go down there too, forge names, switch names. Put the name of police equipment, put you in quotes, talking to someone you never knew. Just because he went to your school. They pretended that in the past they even knew you. Had conversations you never were. Attached me to fake locations with them. Like these two Mendes police. Crimes with child sex offenders. Identity thefts. Identity fraud. Property crimes. Crimes in off the Westfield Police Department. Crimes inside off the Britain Superior Court. Crimes on Fox Connecticut News. Crimes. Now these are the people using words like crime sick. These are real sick prisons. These are worse than, these are real sick. These are people with Sandy Hook involved with child racketeering crimes with databases. Also, people recorded confessed crimes with the Sotos. I don't know them. A whole bunch of people at the end of the Berlin Turnpike involved with them. Federal crimes. Crimes! They should fear Ms. Harris. Please give me someone to counter. They won't allow peaceful means. They attach me to fake yelling. No, no. Because of the one context in my father's death, with this, and people with this same guy threw us out as a kid, having confessions for him, and then he non-verbally demonstrates it too. This detective Dillon, Anna Dillon, and Sean Dillon involved with them criminally. Whole bunch of natures of crimes, and with child offenders, untimely deaths, tie on and off my campuses, on and off Trinity College, tie, same ones involved with them. They're the extended family members of my past neighbor who died. They have him and their extended family members involved with federal crimes, offensive evidence reception, pretending to perceive things, pretending they heard things. These are people racketeering roles on and off Trinity College, especially if these presidents looking close to that place, because they're real sick. They have a whole bunch of retired and standing state police involved, foreign and domestic families, a whole bunch of people associated with Joe DeMauro, with that name share, Tony DeMauro, Paula DeMauro, people intercities criminally involved on intercampuses of each age, racketeering acts roles, crimes with DACA, with people with criminal uses of lawyers, fake sides of issues, with a whole bunch of people associated with McCord's, recorded festival, a whole bunch of people with JD, Justice Department. They're sick since founding. That's pounding drums. That's that. Our founders told us to free their speech. We have their identity stolen in our face so they can pretend not to realize misuses of Marbury versus Madison. These are liars pretending they're truth tellers. These are worse than incapable of defending themselves and of being in integrity at the same time. Ethics laws. We need to pass their minds. They don't know law, ethics, no science, no truth spoke for people stacking in New York City, throughout the nations. We have the pathology infrastructure forced with the slavery of our founders, forced with the torture of our founders. They wouldn't have no free speech to go there and say it. We have people trained to pretend they don't understand that just because they put the surface up. Obfuscate how they were slaves. Our founders were slaves. It's real sick role to pretend they're not to understand that. Leave divided worse than divided. Valued divided because all fake organized crime countering bodies need to pretend to be against things like prejudice. We have liars and delusions. That's the only thing that kept all the impositions we have masked. Let's get them passed. Free speech. WFSB, Fox Connecticut News. Interbranch actors, they attach people to fake words. They also pretend that they also say no when they hurt people, they know what they have to say now. So they pretend we already said that. And they attach the fake lies more and more, stacking names, name stacking, worse than extortion, predicate acts, trade center predicate acts. These are people right through the administrations. Let's get them done. Let's stop lying with the news and pretending that it's positive, Ms. Harris. Let's clean this sick Justice Department. Washington, D.C., Trade Center, Wethersfield, Connecticut, all state judiciaries ready. You will now be entered. All state prison officers ready. Federal stewardships we need of this state, Ms. Harris. And of your state too. CT, California time. Him and I. Even especially regarding these theater natures. I don't know if Wesleyan College with his head Hamilton guy, on off California, with the streams of hair, military, directors, shit. Get them all by name quick and go on to paper, please. It is time to seize. Please. Please give me a means to counter these women forging names, switching names to branch sick men with them. I'll show you through time these people were the same ones attaching me to fake conversations. Ms. Harris. Fake sides. The Democrats, Republicans, you are ill. That's what I'm talking about recording. I'm not making opinions. Y'all are lies. Y'all faking information in the database is long. I caught you strong and cold. Let's go. CCSU also recorded, confessed, to demonstrated crime involved with the racketeering with CCSU. Let's go. Other nations, let's go. Before I lose my sources, because that's why they're delaying, because they're trying to manipulate my sources. They're lying about everything, because they have offensive evidence reception crimes. They pretend to hear things. Forget about it. You guys are in trouble. Don't hide them, Miss Harris. Let me get their names onto paper. One name, response. So as you can, they won't put paper. They lie.